Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the third episode on the Brighter Minded podcast. My name hasn't changed. It's still me, Elisha Obonna. So, in this episode, we are going to be talking about why discipline and not motivation is the real game changer. See, motivation is exciting, but discipline is reliable. See, if only motivation worked, everyone would have been successful. So today let's talk about why discipline and not motivation is the real game changer. In this episode, we are going to be looking at four different ways that discipline is far, far better than motivation. And the number one on the list is that motivation is emotional, but discipline is intentional. You see, motivation depends on mood, but discipline depends on decision. You have to choose. See, discipline is a choice. Motivation is a feeling. This discipline, you have to decide what to do. You don't have to wait until you feel ready to start. Just start because you have decided to start. So discipline is a choice that you make. But motivation, on the other hand, is a feeling, and feelings vary every time. So what happens when you don't feel ready? What happens when you don't feel excited enough to do what you are supposed to do? You just sit there and wait until you feel ready to start. Whereas discipline tells you just do something, no matter how little, because those little efforts will compound over time. All right. So you don't feel discipline. You choose discipline. You don't have to wait until you feel ready to start. You just start because you know that you're supposed to start. You don't wait to feel ready to start. You start because it is important that you start. You have decided to start. It is the choice that you have made. So that's the number one reason why discipline is better than motivation, because discipline is intentional. You have to be intentional about it. Whereas motivation is emotional. And like I said before, emotions vary. All right. So what happens when you don't feel like it is when you are not in the mood to do something you're supposed to do. You just sit there and wait for inspiration. Discipline tells you get started. Take for example, if you are a writer, do you have to wait until you feel ready to start writing? No. You need to write regardless of how you feel, because you understand that just a line, a sentence can become many sentences become a paragraph. Many paragraphs becomes a page, and many pages becomes a chapter. Many chapters become a book. So you don't have to wait until you feel ready to start. Just start because you know that your efforts will compound over time. That's the number one reason why discipline is better than motivation. Number two, you see, small discipline is far, far better than big inspiration or big motivation. Small discipline beats big inspiration. See, you don't need a big breakthrough. You need small daily actions that will change your life. A lot of people say, if I make my first 1 million, if I make my first 10 million, if I make my first 100 million, my life will change. No, that's not what you need. What you need is discipline. If you want financial breakthrough, learn the habit of saving the little amount of money that comes into your hands. See, there's a quote that I would like to use here, that says, he that is faithful with what is little will also be faithful with much. So if you're not faithful with that your little salary, if you cannot even squeeze something out of your 50k or 70k salary and save it, then what happens when you start making up to 500k, 1 million per month? You'll not be able to save anything. All right. So when you are disciplined, you understand that the little actions you take every day over time will compound and will yield big result, the big breakthrough that you desire. But if you keep waiting to have a big breakthrough, it will never happen. It may happen, but it may not also happen. So it's a 50-50 thing. So that's why you need to always choose discipline over motivation, because discipline is intentional, whereas motivation is emotional. You don't wait to feel like it to start. You just start because you have decided to start. Discipline is a choice. Motivation is a feeling. So, and see, your consistency will compound over time and will yield the results that you desire, the result that you seek. That's what discipline is all about. And so the number three reason why discipline is better than motivation is because discipline builds self-respect. See, for every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence level will go up. You feel more self-confident. You feel more self-relied. But the moment you break a promise to yourself, you see, you sabotage your own self. You begin to doubt your mind. You begin to worry, begin to doubt your mind. And because of that, your confidence level will be very low. because you don't even trust yourself anymore. You don't even trust yourself to keep a promise to yourself. So if you cannot keep a promise to yourself, how much more will you be able to keep a promise to other people? But that's not the topic of discussion, our discussion right now. We're talking about why discipline is better than motivation. But the thing is that if you cannot discipline yourself, how much more will you be able to discipline others? So you need to learn to discipline yourself. And discipline builds self-respect, because whenever you keep a promise to yourself, you feel confident. You feel like you can rely on yourself. You know that you will not cheat on your goals, you will not cheat on your game plan, you will not cheat on your diet. If you have decided to go on a diet, you will not cheat on your exercise plan, because you have decided to do it. You are intentional about it. It is your choice. You have chosen to do this thing, and you make sure you see it to the end, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the setbacks. Take for example, I'm making this video right now. Hours ago, I didn't feel like if I still feel bad about making this video. I didn't want to make the video, but I thought about it, and then I decided if I don't make this video right now, I will not be able to make it again this week. And I made a promise to myself that this year, every single week, I'll be uploading one long video on my YouTube channel every single week. So if I wait to feel ready to start, I will not be able to start. But I need to start. I need to do it regardless of how I feel, regardless of how tired I feel, because it is my decision to do something, to put out something out there every single week, regardless of whatever challenges that I may face. That's my choice. So discipline is a choice. I have to discipline myself to shoot this video. I didn't have to wait to feel ready to do it. So discipline is you force yourself to do something that even when you don't feel like doing it, you get up and do something, regardless of your feelings. You just put your feelings aside and do something, because you know that is where the breakthrough will come. Not from desiring a big breakthrough, but the little actions you put the little actions you put in every single day. See, discipline proves how serious you are with your life. If you don't discipline yourself enough to do certain things, to put up certain things in your life, to do certain things, you'll not be able to prove to yourself that you're serious. It shows that you're not serious. If you never take anything serious in your life, that means you're not disciplined enough to do anything. So this discipline shows how serious you are with your life, how serious you are with other people, with the things that you've been entrusted with. And that's the number 3 reason why discipline beats motivation. Discipline is better than motivation. The number 4 is that our future is built on boring days. Your future is built on boring days. See, success is built on boring days, on ordinary, repetitive days when you don't feel like it. Just like I'm making this video right now. I don't feel like making this video, to be very honest, but I need to do something, because it is a promise that I made to myself that I must make a long video like this every single week, regardless of my feelings. So I need to honor that decision. I don't wait to feel like doing it to get started. I just need to just put on my camera, write my script, and then turn on my camera and start recording myself. Say something meaningful, speak something meaningful to my camera that someone may watch and listen to and feel blessed. So that's the risk, that's the thing. So and this happens over time. This little effort, the consistency over time will build to become the big result that we desire. So if you keep waiting, see, discipline shines when no one is clapping for you. And this is why motivation is emotional, because motivation will make you to seek external validation. But discipline, on the other hand, you show regardless of how you feel, regardless whether people clap for you or not. You just show up. You don't wait for applause, you don't wait for validation or approval from people. Just show up because it is what you have decided to do. But because motivation is emotional, you begin to seek external validation. You begin to wait for people to clap for you. But this is the thing: discipline shines when no one is clapping for you. Okay, and that's where real transformation happens. In those quiet moments when no one is watching, when there's no one around to monitor your actions, to tell you what to do, to tell you go ahead, just try one more time. You are committed to yourself. You show that you are committed to yourself. You get the task done. You keep pushing regardless of how you feel. That means that you are disciplined, that you're able to discipline yourself. It shows that you can discipline yourself. It shows that you are committed to your decisions. You don't just write them down, or you don't just talk them. You don't just talk about them, but you're committed to seeing that they come to life. And these are the 4 ways that discipline beats motivation every single time. For always that discipline is far, far better than motivation. See, stop waiting to feel ready. Choose discipline instead. All right? Because your future self is watching you, is watching your today's habits. And if this episode spoke to you, if this episode made you reflect, don't forget to give it a like. Okay? And also share this video with someone that needs clarity. Don't forget to subscribe if you are committed to growth, not hype, not comfort, but truth. Until next time, think intentionally, live deliberately, and keep becoming brighter minded. See you in the next episode.